conquering anxiety, effective tools and techniques for managing stress. I want us to take into consideration because anxiety isn't just, a feeling of being stressed. It's something that tightens the chest. And also too, it's a fear of, when something's going wrong and it doesn't even feel as if that, you know what I mean? I was fine, like things were fine, and now I'm feeling as if I'm exhausted mentally, physically. I got my hands, my palms of my hands are sweaty. What's going on? And you know what I mean? Like, how can I be able to mediate this thing where things can be more manageable? And we're gonna be able to talk about those tools today. I want to be able to give us the reset, make sure that we feel grounded, make sure we feel comfortable in our skin, and we're able to kind of manage this anxiety. You're not the only one. Various people, we're all humans, we feel what we feel, but anxiety is something that we're able to manage proactively. So stick with me, grow with me, and we're going to be able to navigate throughout this, right? So in regards to our first segment, we're going to be talking about off the rip, what is anxiety, understanding the experience, right? So the definition of anxiety is, a natural stress response involving persistent worry, fear, and tension, often disconnected from actual danger, right? So sometimes anxiety, you may feel as if that, your body's saying it's not safe. So you're going to be, obviously, you're getting a little antsy, but there's also some times where it's like, I'm feeling fine right now. Why am I feeling anxious right now? What is the emotions coming from? So sometimes that is the tension in regards to our body, in regards to worry, fear, etc. Right? So the anxiety loop is a trigger, worry, we have physical symptoms, avoidance, temporary relief, and then it repeats. So it's a cycle, right? So I wanted to kind of give us some insight in regards to the loop. And so let's talk about some common forms of anxiety, right? So we have generalized worry, we have social anxiety, different environments that we're at. Imagine doing a public speaking, you feel me? You ain't even ready for that, someone threw you on the spot. How you gonna feel? You gonna be able to read thoroughly and proactively that little passage, or you gonna, how's that thing gonna be for you, right? So I really want us to kind of think about these things. There's also 2 panic attacks. So we have healthy anxiety as well, like, you know what I mean? And we also too have performance anxiety. So there's various types of anxiety, and we're going to be able to navigate throughout that, right? So what anxiety isn't, right? So anxiety is not a weakness, overacting, or a lack of toughness. It's your nervous system's stuck in high alert. Like I said, everybody's body is different. However, the stress is starting to rise, the anxiety is coming, and we're like, what's really going on? And like I said, sometimes even you get the sweaty palms, or even your face starts sweating because it's like, it's in that high alert. So I want us to kind of reflect on, what anxiety hits, and do you notice any thoughts or body responsible or any like type of emotions that come when it comes to yourself, right? So I'll give you kind of a moment to think about that. Like I said, everybody's body is different, but how does it affect you? And I know what happened. Let's be real, right? So I'll give you a little moment. But let's dive right into our second segment in regards to the science behind anxiety. So why it feels so intense, right? So for those out there, stick with me, right? So the brain and the body response, right? So the amygdala fires the danger signal in our mind, right? The body releases adrenaline and cortisol.